Hi everyone, this is a very sort of impromptu video. I just wanted to make this because today in my meditation I had a thought, and it is a very interesting thought, and it is one where it's good to sort of be wary of people whose actions and words do not align, okay? Now, what do I mean by that? Well, it's exactly as I said it is, you see, when a person talks a lot and then they do, let's say they talk this much, but they do this much, it's really important to pay attention to that, because whether you deal with this person in terms of work, whether you deal with this person in family, whether you deal with this person in a relationship, it will tell you a lot about how they will then treat that, okay? They may talk a lot, but then they do this much. There are certain people that talk this much and do this much, and those are, people that you really want to be surrounded by. Like, let me tell you something, okay? Especially in friendships, especially in relationships, especially with work. The opposite is something that will drain you, okay? And when you are around someone that is like telling you, we'll do this, we'll do that, we'll go here, we'll go there, and it just never really happens, or you have to be the one to then bring it up, like, oh, I thought we could go here, or we could do this. You have to realize that this person is talk, and there are certain people that are very, very nice, okay? They'll come across as really nice, and they'll say like, we'll do this, but it never materializes. The people that will give you a lot of safety are the ones that match your level and your energy in accordance to how much your actions and words also align as well, okay? So if you're the kind of person that you talk, but your actions match equally, if not more, then it's something that you naturally would expect from the other person, because naturally you'll be disappointed if they don't do that towards you in return. So it's really about sort of understanding those kinds of people, and maybe sort of even just pulling back your energy away from them in order to see, next time, does their action actually match with their words, or are they just always talking, but not materializing anything into action? It could be things that they say. For example, they may say, oh, I just want someone who has my back and I have theirs. But then when something happens, do they actually have your back when you know that you need it? Or, do they actually want you to have their back because they said that, So it's kind of like, if someone says like, oh, I really just want to, have fun, and let's say that's what they do. Well, then their actions, their words align, right? They want to have fun and they're having fun. So their actions and words align, right? But if that doesn't, if you, for example, are around someone who's saying, you know what, let's do this, and it's true, there are certain people that change their minds on things, but I'm talking like, let's say, for example, they say to you, oh yeah, I really want commitment, I really want to be with a committed person, and then all of a sudden, as time goes by, they sort of change their mind and they're like talking about all this stuff about the future, and then all of a sudden they don't want that, or they don't show you that they want that, and their actions are very, very different. You have to consider that as well, okay? It's basically just about understanding whether someone's words and actions align, because it's really, really significant. And the worst thing that can happen is lying, in that sense, where essentially they tell you like, oh, but I never said that, or oh, I never did that, or oh, you're just being dramatic, or because then it can start to go into lying, gaslighting, manipulating, where you may hold on to something that they've said, and then they change their mind. That then goes into another topic altogether, because sometimes you cannot always trust someone whose actions and words don't align, because you are taking at face value something that they're saying, which is something they've chosen to say and something they say they will do. But if they then blame that onto you, or if they then lie about it, or they change their action, yes, maybe they've had a bad day, but if they continuously do it and it's a continuous repetition of that behavior, then you have to really think, is this someone you can really be around? And that's just something to think about, okay? It's just something to think about. Yes, of course, there are people, from time to time that, for example, they'll say like, oh, I'm going to be really healthy today, and then they're not healthy, but continuously over the course of time, does this person have discipline in areas that really matter to you? Or, are they being rude? Are they being just ridiculous? It's not even about that, but, things that a person does in their personal life or how they treat themselves can tell you a lot about themselves, okay? And it's really important to understand, like, okay, is this a non-negotiable for me? Is this a boundary? Is this something more, because some people, they like to be around people that maybe lie. Some people like to be around people that you know, actions and words doesn't matter. They'll just talk the town into something, but then do the complete opposite, you know. But it's really about you, and you have to consider what's really important for you. Really, truly, you have to consider what's important for you. So this is just something that came up in my meditation, because when actions and words don't align consistently over the course of time, over really big things as well, you really have to wonder whether it's something you can keep up with, because sometimes it can really degrade your self-confidence and your self-worth, especially if you are holding on to certain things that they've said, which, let's be honest, words that a person says or words that people say, of course you hold on to certain things, especially if you're on a date and someone says, oh, I'm not ready for commitment, and you hold on to that and you kind of understand that. Or let's say they say like, oh yeah, I am ready for commitment. Of course you're going to hold on to that. And then if they change their mind, of course you're going to be disappointed. And it's about that repeated disappointment. If it really continuously disappoints you, you have to really think about things. A person will usually show you who they are. They'll literally show you who they are, or they'll talk themselves into it, because there are people that, you know, as soon as they open their mouth, you'll be like, oh God, you're completely different. So it's really about sort of seeing that and acknowledging that, and not just trusting a person's words all the time. Make sure that you're also looking at their actions, okay? Very, very important. I have to say that. Just something to think about. A little thought that came to my mind, I must tell you, okay?